Good afternoon. I'm here at the Upper River Road trailhead of the Manistee River Loop in western Michigan. And I'm just about to start this, it's about 21-mile loop. It connects the Manistee River Trail and part of North Country Trail. So it's about noon, and I just drove up from our family lake cabin this morning. I got a little bit of a later start than I would have thought. I just decided this morning that I was going to do it today. If I would have decided yesterday, I would have gotten up and gotten going earlier, but that should be fine. Should be able to get this mostly done today and finish it out in the morning in time to head back and have a full day with my family tomorrow. So I'll try to do a little filming and hope to give you guys a little bit of a view of what this trail is like. Here we go. So this is the Red Bridge River access, which is a boat launch. And there's a little bit of parking here, but this is midweek and there's still no parking. It's a pretty popular place, I think. So I would suggest you can drive a little bit farther down the road and get to the upper trailhead. And there's a lot more parking there, and it's more shaded, so that's probably a better place to start if you're starting on the southern end. Alright, off and running. I'm going up the Manistee River Trail side right now. One dynamic in doing a loop trail is you have to decide which way to go around. So I met some folks from Chicago who were at the trailhead when I got there, and they decided to go the other way around. They're on one side of the river. On the east side of the river, you have access to the water in various points along the way. There's also a lot more designated campsites, I believe. On the other side, on the west side of the river, which is the North Country Trail side, you do not have access to the water. So that's a 10-mile dry stretch. So they decided they wanted to do that part first and get it over with. Well, they had plenty of fresh water from starting. I decided to go this way around because I'm starting late. It's afternoon. And I decided I'd hike this side now when it's hotter, so I'll have access to water. And then it means I will have to dry camp, but I'll be on the other side later this evening and in the morning when it's a little cooler. So hopefully that works out well. Well, I stopped at this nice little stream here to grab some water and make myself a noon. And I opened up my peanut butter jar that I use for cold soaking and for my noon tabs. And of course I forgot to wash it out after the Yosemite trip. So there was mold on my spoon and inside the jar. Not a ton, but I'm not gonna eat out of that. So much for my couscous later, but I think I've got plenty of bars and stuff that should be able to get me through. Yeah, I should be fine, but I might be a little sick of bars by the end of this trip. So I broke the noon in half and got it in my water bottle, so that'll work. Oops. Well, I made it to the suspension bridge at the halfway point. I will walk across that in a little bit and then make my way back the direction I came on the other side of the river. This is the last water source, so I'm going to sit here and eat. Currently eating couscous out of a Ziploc bag. It's not quite as classy as a peanut butter jar, but does the trick. I sanitized my spoon. I just rinsed it off as best I could. I slathered it in hand sanitizer, rinsed it again, and let it sit in the sun for a while. So I think that should probably be safe. So getting my supper, that's good. I think that's one of the lessons of backpacking, is how little you really need. When all you bring is a peanut butter jar for your meals, and then you don't have that, you still find something. And this actually works fine. I don't think I will continue to eat out of a Ziploc, but hey, in a pinch, it works. So, just gonna sit and eat and hydrate, and then fill up on water and start making the journey back. It's a beautiful afternoon. The trail markings aren't super clear, but made it on the North Country Trail. So now it's just a straight shot south, a little spur trail, back to the vehicle. So I'm gonna try to hike for a few more hours and get within a short hike out in the morning and set up camp for the night. So I've done this section before, so I'm planning to just kind of keep moving and try to make a good pace. Well, I'm cruising down the North Country Trail. It's about 7:15, but I'm making pretty good time. It's kind of hard to say for sure because there's not any mile markers posted on the trail. I was planning to overnight on this side and then get up early and hike the rest out to drive home and make it back to our family cabin at a decent time in the morning. But I made a kind of a last minute decision to hike this today. I had thought about, I had kind of been planning on doing it sometime on our trip, but I hadn't decided which day. And I looked at the weather this morning for the rest of the week and decided today was probably my best shot. But I made that decision when my sister and brother-in-law were out on a geocaching mission, and I think they were a little disappointed that I wasn't going to be there to hang out tonight. Sounds like my brother-in-law was hoping to play some Magic the Gathering tonight. So I think we'll see how fast I can knock out this side. If I can make it back to the car by like 9 or 9:30, I might just go the whole way and drive back, turn it into a day hike. It is supposed to rain and possibly be thunderstorms. Some white-tailed deer. This morning, early in the morning, like overnight and then early in the morning. So I don't mind camping in the rain, but the thought of needing to wake up early and pack up and get going in the rain isn't the most appealing. I think maybe I'd rather get home and play around with Magic, have a shower. So we'll see. It might be unrealistic for me at this point to make it the whole way, especially with my later start. I didn't start hiking till almost 12:30, I think. But if I can keep moving, maybe. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. I don't know why. I really like when the trail curves around a hill like this and you can see the trail behind you. Something fun about seeing where you've come from a different perspective. Still trucking. That's where I'm going. That's where I came from. I remember this spot from last year. Or it was not last year, 2 years ago. Just a fun section. Snaking through these hills. Nicely graded. Just down and around. Up the other side. I do like this section of trail. It's more remote. Probably not considered as scenic, but it's kind of peaceful. Well, I'm making good time. I talked to that group from Chicago that I met at the trailhead. We showed up at the same time and hiked in opposite directions. We crossed paths actually just after I got onto the North Country Trail and started coming back this direction. And they had mentioned going that way, they were surprised how much uphill it was. And so I could expect some nice downhill. And it's been kind of up and down, but definitely I would say more downhill this way. So I've been jogging the downhills a little bit here and there. And I finally committed to hiking out tonight. I dumped my extra water that I would need to dry camp, so I'm pretty close now. Probably should have dumped it a long time ago. I'm thinking I should have no trouble making it back to the car by 9. Just have to make sure not to miss the turn. So I'm watching. I don't really have a nice map for this trail like I did for Centennial Trail in South Dakota, but I can just look at Google Maps. I dropped a pin where the car is, so I can pretty well see how far I have to go. It's been kind of fun though, even though I'm just pushing the pace and trucking along. It's been enjoyable. It's nice hiking in the evening when it's not quite so hot, and just been pleasant. It's fun moving through my environment in different ways. The first half taking my time, taking a lot of photos and video, backtracking, stopping for the views. The second half, where I've already been, moving more quickly, but also not filming as much, so I'm just kind of soaking in my surroundings, and it's been nice. So that's what I like about these trips. You never quite know how they're going to turn out or what they're going to be. I thought it was going to be an overnight, but hey, it's been a great day hike, and I'm going to enjoy these last few miles. It's 8:30 and I made it to my turnoff. Not far now. Been a fun adventure.